guys, welcome to Weekend Fashion. Now, I graduated from fashion school. It'll be 3 years here in a little bit. And I occasionally get questions about my experience in fashion school, so I thought it would be a good idea to make a video exploring some of those questions. First of all, though, a disclaimer. You gotta do a disclaimer. Everything that I'm telling you is through my lens of my experience. Of course, some schools are better than other schools, and some programs are better than other programs. And just because my experience was one way doesn't mean your experience would not be something completely different. And I in no way intend on demeaning a degree that you might already have. This is just what I have learned through my experience. Now, in my experience, fashion school is a bit like rolling off a very steep cliff in a very expensive car. And also the car's on fire. And also Nickelback is playing on the radio. And also the button to turn off the radio is broken. And also there is a shark in the passenger seat. That pretty much sums it up. There are two main types of degrees in the fashion industry. My degree is in visual merchandising, which is sometimes called fashion merchandising or fashion marketing. And those are all pretty much the same thing. They deal with the business side of fashion things and also the more visual presentation aspects. And then of course there are fashion design degrees, which focus obviously on design. Now, many fashion programs are in career-focused schools, which, whether or not you want to believe this, that typically means you are getting a very expensive degree that some people in the real world may not look super highly upon, and that you can only do a very limited number of things with. I actually looked up some degree statistics on people who have fashion degrees and the percentage of them that get jobs in the fashion industry. And that ranged anywhere from 60 to 80%, but I would also say those numbers are a little bit inflated. But I will say you will probably have a much easier time getting a job than Lindsay Lohan these days. Definitely easier than Lindsay Lohan. You should not graduate school and expect to immediately become a successful designer or the editor of a fashion magazine, although I'm not saying those things don't happen, but I would not hold my breath. The truth of the matter is you might find yourself working in a lower level visual position for a while, which is not bad. You can easily build yourself up through that. Now, I personally am not saying this, but some people might say that people who attend fashion programs in career-focused schools are simply paying for a degree and not doing much. Now, what I will say is that I graduated at the top of my class. I won both of the awards in my department, and I went to class drunk more than a few times. Surprise, surprise. Literally, sometimes your textbook will be Harper's Bazaar, and you may have classes where you actually analyze Jennifer Lopez's ass. It's really stimulating. Now, someone tweeted me and they were asking about classes, and that is gonna vary on the school and the program. Where I went to school, classes were 4 hours long and they were 1 day a week. But of course, not all of those classes were boring. I had a fashion history class that I really enjoyed. I had a fabrics class where we got to experiment and explore different kinds of fabrics. I had retail math, and there was a store planning class, which is fantastic if you want to start or run a store. Overall, success in fashion school really depends on what you make of your time there. And 100%, you need to have a fashion industry job while you're there, which usually means working in retail, which sucks balls. You need to be doing as many internships as you possibly can. You need to work in every single fashion show that your school produces, and you really need to impress your teachers, because those are the people who will help you get your jobs, because usually they are people who have succeeded in the fashion industry already. And I made some great friends in fashion school. Very, very expensive friends. And I learned how to match patterns, which is a great skill, and I actually did learn a whole lot about the fashion industry. So if you guys have any more questions about fashion school or fashion internships or fashion jobs, you can leave those in the comment section, and I might do a little follow-up video and answer some of them. And as usual, you can leave any questions for future videos in the comment section or on my site at cupofjoeshow.com. And I will see you guys Monday. And I will be paying for those expensive friends for about the next 10 to 15 years. So they better stick around.